Alrighty, hello, 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 good morning, and welcome to Beema's Crafty Corner. I'm Beema, better known as Els, and today we're going to just be working. We're starting our Dark Macabre journal, and so we need to make some decisions. We have to decide what we're going to do with it. So I am just, at the moment, pulling up some graphics. Let's see. So we could do some print file and get started on some of those things. New stuff in here, going in there. Get these. I don't know. Maybe we'll get this. I don't know. Because we got fussy cuts and tags and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to print up some of this. I'm going to put it on some Nina because I like Nina. I think we're going to leave those just the size they are. Same with those. Same with those. These, we're going to make a little bit bigger. These are definitely going to be bigger. All right, let's see. We're going to crop this because we don't want it in its entirety. We just want those. And this, we're going to crop because we don't need instructions on how to fold an envelope. We're not going to fold the envelope anyway. Alrighty, so we're going to do a print, and I'm going to make sure that it goes onto the right one. And let me grab some Nina. Yes, Harry, I know. Nobody's paid any attention to you in like 10 minutes. I know. I'm going to turn this light on, though. Sorry about the clicking. It's going to make some noise. All right. So we have to decide what kind of a book we're going to make here for this. We have to decide if we're going to do... Thank you. Yes, I love you. Good morning, my love. Hi, Harry. How are you? I know. Nobody's giving you any love. No attention, no affection, no treats. Oh, my God, the world's coming to an end. Hi, Christine. Sorry, he's being pathetic today. He really is. He's just being a pathetic kitty. All right. So I'm using the other printer so it doesn't shake your world. You ever have something hanging around, you just don't know why you have it? No idea. So, can I get you some treats? A tummy scratch? What's it going to take? What's it going to take to get you off of my desk? Huh? What's it going to take? Good morning. Oh, yeah. That's warmed over death. Hi, baby. Yeah. It's fine. Take him with you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the weather. All right. We have some printed pieces for this one. There's more coming. I just want the inside of that. Some file folders. Those are always fun. You never know what you're going to do with them. And I think I want to do, I've got some I have some fussy cut images. I'm not sure that I really want to use them per se, but you know. Oh yeah, these will be good. These will be good. We're going to keep them small. Okay, so we're going to print this, just this page. What page is this? 11. Print. Hold on. I do want them just a tad bit bigger. Okay, we're going to print. Pages. Custom 11. I'm going to do that one more time because I want them on cardstock, and I ran out of cardstock. Oh, they're perfect though. Okay. Print. Custom. Page 11. Print. There we go. Yeah, they printed on paper. I didn't have enough cardstock. So we have all of these, but we're going to have to probably back them on something. And these, well, we're going to get rid of that. Well, I'll put it over here. Somebody might want it. There we go. Fantastic. We can make some stuff out of this. So let me get a paper trimmer here. Put this one away. I used this one last night, and I just don't, it's too big. It's too big. Too big. Who the heck wants to fussy cut that stuff? Ugh. Okay, these are from Lady Blackblood. Which is a shop on Etsy. And we're just gonna, oopsie, I went a little deep on that one. Okay, so we're gonna fussy cut these out, and we're gonna make some ephemera with them. And we still have to figure out what kind of book we're gonna do here, like as far as style. I don't know. Let's get this one. That. So we get those all cut out. And we have, there's another one in here that I saw that I want to do. I think it's this one. Nope, that's just a blank piece of cardstock. Okay, over there. All right, we're going to do this one. We're going to fussy cut that. And we're going to fussy cut those. Okay. We don't want all of these, just some of them. But and I'll tell you why, because this is from a set of pieces that I have from a Edgar Allan Poe, and I don't want to use that. All right, so I don't want to make this an envelope, so we're going to trim this off. Because I just want this piece. I just think it'll make a cool journal card. That's just a cool journal card. Okay, for a creepy journal. I'll save this because, you know, never know when we're going to need to back something. All right, then we have this. And I think this is from Lady Blackblood as well. And I have to say, I like the fact that she does these file tabs in straight lines. You know, they're just angled, which is nice because then you can actually cut them. All right, let's get that out. There. That. And we have these tickets. Okay, I don't want the one that says Nevermore. I do like this one. Keep that one. And I do not want the one with Edgar Allan Poe's face all over it. So we'll get rid of these. Yeah, she's got it so that when you do it, it works both ways. No matter what, it's going to be the right way up, which is fantastic because a lot of them, you know, if it's upside down, if it's the back of something, it's upside down and wrong. All right, let's put our ticket parts on these. Make them tickets. They're a little squatty. I should have stretched them out a little bit, but since we're using them for ephemera, to make ephemera, smaller is always better, you know. And then this one, I think we're probably going to use black soot because it's dark, you know. Or we could use like a red. We could find red that we like. We could do some of this in red for blood. Okay. All right, so we got 3 tickets. We'll get more. There'll be more. And then we have all these little pieces. Now these ones here, I think we can punch out with the circle punch, maybe. And then we'll cut around them. It'll be easier to cut that way. All right. Let's get rid of that. I don't want that one. Because we're trying to kind of do the New Orleans feel, you know, the haunted New Orleans. I I'm cutting with large, fussy cutting with big scissors. I hope I'm offending somebody. I'm sure I am. There's a group out there someplace going, you're doing it wrong. I love that. All right, here, this creepy couple, they seem to be, you know, they might actually be from New Orleans. We can make a photo out of them. Like a tintype, we might do that. Might be able to make a tintype out of that. That's a different couple. Cute tag though. So we'll take that. Sometimes I can like not waste ink and I can crop an image, but sometimes I just take the whole page and then work around it, you know? Like I like this, but if it was just the owl, that would be one thing, but since it has that pentagram on it, it's a little too witchy. And so I'm not going to use it. It's too Halloween witch, not, you know, New Orleans witch. That's sad because I really like that. You know what? I might cut just the bird out. I might just fussy cut the bird. Let's think about that. Okay. And I like the fact that she doesn't really put shading on the edges to make it look like there's ink on it already. That's another good thing about her designs. Because we all know how much that irritates the crap out of me. Now, definitely going to get the bird because New Orleans is famous, you know, for hoodoo or voodoo, depending upon who you talk to. And let's get the I tore this apart scissors. There we go. And let's put our corners in. Make that look a little bit more like a ticket. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. And we'll get the poison bottle too. Same thing. Cut it so that it looks torn. And then hit those corners. There we go. That one. Of course, we'll take this one. Okay. Gotta have skulls. All right. So tonight's craft with me, we're really just going to be working on ephemera for this journal. Because I don't have any other idea what I want to do tonight. So I'm hoping I'm going to be in time for tonight's live because I got to go do that thing for Buggy today. And I love you guys, but Buggy comes first. Yeah, I'll take this one too. Because that'll be a cute tab. If nothing else, it's the right size for a tab. I'm going to grab, I'm going to do these corners because they're slightly rounded. So we'll do that on there. There we go. Got that one. All right, what do we got? This is like a tree with dragon scales. All right, we might use it. Who knows? I've been looking, trying to find like the appropriate graveyard too. Because most of the ones that you find that are, Halloween digitals, the graveyards are just flat graveyards, which obviously is not the case in New Orleans. That's mostly mausoleums. So I've been working on that. And so probably going to have to get like 2 or 3 digitals because every one of them has just like 1 or 2 mausoleums. That's okay. Spam calls. Nobody ever calls my house.
Call from 17028020562.
Okay.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
And then I have all of these. Now, these are from somebody else. Who are these from? These are from these are from Junk Journal Art, and they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. But what the hell? That's just wasting ink. And they're very fussy. Now, I will give you this. This one did come with a lot of fussy cuts. And it's like the portions, the pieces. So I'll probably print some of those, but I'm going to heavily crop those pages. All right, this guy. We're cutting him out. I'm gonna fussy cut him. Because he's just too cute. But I don't want the pentagram. Like if I was making a grimoire, he would be perfect. But I'm not. Anybody see that video from Bernie Sanders today? Well, I am not political. We all know this. I don't talk about politics, but I think what he had to say today, and I'm not a Bernie fan, but I think what he had to say today was stuff that people needed to hear. Hi, Miss Mari. Hi, Zola. How are you, baby girl? Auntie Els loves you. Well, I sent me pictures. I saw you on the video. Yes, I did. I'm going to send you some stickers. Yeah, I am. I'm going to send you some stickers. All right, so let's take a look. I mean, I'm gonna look and see, like, maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll. I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna look at the fussy cuts and see what we have. Because you never know, you know. So let's go here and General Shop Art. There we go. Vintage Gothic. This is the fussy cuts. I'm just gonna see if there's anything in here that I think, you know, we could want to do. Not really. Not really anything that I don't already have kind of on stickers kind of thing. No. No. Absolutely not. All right, so let's take a look here and see if there's anything else. Oh, that's very cutesy comical. Not what we're looking for. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. You know what would work? Let me see if I can find them. Last year, I picked up some free pieces. And let's see if I can find those. Because they were perfect. No. No, definitely not. No creepy dolls. I won't do creepy dolls because that freaks some people out. I mean, give me creepy dolls could be like its very own dark macabre journal. You know, because yeah. All right, let's see. Let's try Cabinet of Curiosities. See what that's got. No. And I'll pull out more stuff as I go through. We all know this. Because that's kind of the way I am. Let's see. Let's look at these. No, those are, no, absolutely not. Look at it, inchies. No. Uh, maybe something tarot related. That's always, kind of New Orleans. Hmm. 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 All right. So we need to. I know what I'm looking for. I just can't find it. I'll find it though. It's here. I just have to find it. Those are pretty. Okay, not what we're looking for though. Sometimes I buy stuff and I put it in here, and then I go, ooh, later, because I come back to it and I go, I didn't use that. I should use that. Ooh, pretty special. Yeah, I I'm famous for that. No, close you. Go over there. Heard my computer yell at me. All right, so we're gonna make some, like, other than tags. We want to make, like, ephemera. That's going to be a journal card. This is a piece for ephemera. This is a piece for ephemera. That's a piece for ephemera. That could definitely be for ephemera. This, I don't know. It could be ephemera. It could be a tab. This is definitely a piece for ephemera. Definitely. These are all small pieces. And that's a little tag. That guy, I think we're going to make a picture out of, like, an old photograph. And these we're going to cut. Here we go. Ooh, here we go. Slow and steady wins the race. Doesn't help that my hands are shaky right now. Well, because I just ate breakfast, and so my sugar's very high, and it makes me shaky. All right, not so bad. Well, not fantastic, but it's not too bad. All right, here we go. Focus. This is my fault. These are probably 1-inch circles, but I reduced this page down a little bit. Because I wanted the images to be small so that we could use them for ephemera. Okay, not too bad. I mean, they're not perfectly round, but they're not bad. I did okay. I did okay. All right. What kind of book are we going to use, to do this? I almost feel like we should do this in an album journal, because it should be more, as opposed to just a journal. Like, maybe we should do an album journal. Let's see. Probably. Okay, here we go. And would you like me to let you out? Would you like out? I know that's what you're bitching about. All right. We have like a dark purple. I think that will work because I'm just looking for pieces to use for basing. Let me let the dog out. See, Mari agrees with me. More is always better. More. All right, yeah, let's do that. We're gonna do. I'm gonna build a an album journal for this. We'll do it all in black, just flat black, and work from there. I might put some kind of something on the spine. We'll see. All right. So, can we use punches for some of this? I think we can. But for this first one, I'm just going to do a strip. You go in there. All right, let's just do a strip. Like 3/4 of an inch. Doesn't need to be very big. Maybe an inch, because I'm going to glue stuff on it. All right, that over there. There. Okay. Why does that look off? Does anybody else think that looks off? Because it is off, you giant twit. Ugh. Okay. So, I do kind of like my owl. I like the chandelier. We're going to do the owl. I'm going to get the black soot out. Hi, Miss Janie. Let me grab the soot. We know it's in here because we were playing with it yesterday. You know what? The iced spruce. By the way, I inked up the antique linen yesterday. Okay, I have 3 black soots. Where are they? Ink, not oxide. There we go. All right, we got that. I should probably get the dauber piece for it too while I'm in here. Or maybe not. I don't think I have one. How do I not have one? I have to have one. Sometimes it's over here because this is where I keep, the extra dauber handles. Well, slap me in the back of the head. Apparently I don't. All right. It's okay. That's okay. We will make one. I'll get a thing for it later. A container. All right. Soot. Okay. Well, I didn't do one last year, I don't think, but I decided I was going to do a dark macabre this year. So we are doing kind of a New Orleans theme. I'm never getting in there. Okay, it's all right. Trying to cut the owl. There we go. I like it. Okay. All right, let's do these. Do a couple of circles because we know the circle is slightly larger already. So that's a good thing. Let's put some soot on these. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a base for this, and I'll do that this afternoon, hopefully. And I think we'll put dimensionals under these. Let me grab, I've got some over here, I think. Let me look. Strips. Aha, dots. Dots and squares and squares and dots. Clusters, Halloween clusters. I love clusters. I do. I suck at them, like legitimately, but I do love them. I need a, there's one. Okay. No, I need a bigger dot. That's too small. I need big dots. Let me grab big ones. I might have some big ones. I don't know. I'm gonna look. Bigger dot. Oh, look, squares. Hexagons. Squares. 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 Flats. Wow. I have a drawer full of squares, guys. Let's see if I've got any ones over here. Little dots, little dots, little dots, little dots. Little dots. Little dots, little dots, little dots, little dots. Adhesive. Okay, apparently I am obsessed with small dots because it's all I've got. All right, well, we'll use 4 small ones instead of one just big one. And I'm going to have to get some big ones. It's not normal for me. I don't know where that one went. It's not normal for me to not, not be able to open the drawer and pull out what I need. That's bizarre. I have to order some big ones. Apparently I don't have any large round dots. I have lots and lots of small ones like these. And then I have some that are slightly bigger, but not hugely big. There's no real big difference. And I have squares in every size imaginable, up to an inch. But no big round ones. Okay. I don't know. Falling down on the job. I know I used to have some, so I probably just used them all. Because I used to have some that were like half an inch, which would have been like the perfect size to put on here. 3/4 of an inch, would have been perfect. Right on the back. One big circle. Okay. So let's take this off of here. Okay. We'll get that on there. Sort of evenish. All right, got those. All right, let's see. Watching the time. Okay, we get time. Of course, when I need them, any other time, I'd be like, boop, there they are. But not today. All right, I gotta see this, so let's do it. Let's fold this puppy up. You guys go sit over there for now. Get my scoreboard out. Let's put this on the line and get a score on it because I want to make sure that it's straight. All of my scoreboards have this line, and I recommend it to everybody because sometimes you just need to divide something down the middle. And so if you just take your marker, permanent marker, and you just go down one of the slots, then you always know that that's a straight line. Because sometimes like this, it's not necessarily, that it'll fit in the scoreboard one way or the other. So I'm going to get out my trimmer real quick because I know this is not even because I cut it with my scissors. I'm just going to try and even up the outside edge here a little bit. Okay. And then we'll fold. Let's see what we get. Folder. All right. And back to the trimmer to clean this up. And something on the other side because it's a little off too. Okay. Now this, obviously, I don't like that. But, let me find it. I have this piece that was from the envelope that I just decided I didn't want to use as an envelope. And I think it might be big enough to put on there. Okay, let's take a look. Can I cover the whole thing? Oh, I can. Okay. So get out the scissors. Alrighty. So then let's ink this. And then we're going to glue it on there. Because I'm probably going to make this a pocket, so you're really not going to see the inside of it. But I want, you know, the part that you do see not to be white. So. And it's a no stress. So if you want, you could put it on there with tape, certainly. I'm just a pain in the butt, so glue it is. All right. Now I have it on there. It's not perfectly cut, but that's okay. We can come back and trim. I feel like I'm giving my husband a haircut. He's like, don't take off too much. See this craft, please? I'm doing tiny cuts with big scissors. Now let's ink the whole thing. So what I'm thinking is I might put this into one of the stitch areas. Why are you inking the inside, you brain damaged human being? I don't know. I might put this in to one of the, I think I want that a little rounded. Not much, just a little. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is I might take this and stitch it in and then glue it on either side so that it becomes a pocket. In one of the signatures. You know, like glue it, stitch it in here, and then this would be a pocket. I'm going to round these corners over here too, just a little. Bye, Mari. Bye, Zola. So I'm thinking I'll probably glue this on either side. I'm going to stitch it in and then glue it, and then it'll become a pocket that's like a page in the book. I like that idea. Okay, we're putting it up there. That's not ephemera. Okay, back to the ephemera. All right. Grandson. I gotta make the boy eat. He's got a thing at school today. Well, it's not at school, it's for his school. And then, so what's today? Thursday? Friday? I don't know what day it is. What day is this? It's Friday. So he's got a thing for school, and then immediately after that, he's got to go down to the park for Guild. He was down there most of the week, but today's the first day of fair. So he'll be at the park all weekend. They'll be camping out. And, we're going to do this and put a background on it. I'm going to do it as a pocket, like a journal card with a pocket. So let's do this. We'll just put a finger nip in top here. And then we'll ink that. Because this is cardstock. It's lighter cardstock because it's Nina. But I think that'll work. So, put that on there. Just like that. And we'll trim this part off. I love this eggplant. It's a beautiful color. Okay. We'll round these corners. Okay. Now we need a piece for writing on the back. So let's measure this thing. So we are we'll do 4 by 3 1/4. That's just a piece of leftover parchment from last night. We were working in our idea book last night, and one of the things I did was the over the top tag, and so I used the parchment for the writing space on it. I don't know. I was in a mood. It was there. It's the right color. Okay, so now put this on the back so that we have writing space, and then we have a pocket. I don't know what we're putting in the pocket just yet, but it's going to be fun because we can actually glue this down as a pocket or use it as a journal card, one or the other. If we use it as a journal card, we already have a backing on it. And then, so it'll be a journal card with a pocket. I like it. There we go. So now it's a journal card, but it also has a pocket. And so we'll figure out something to put in there. Like we could put like a tag or something in it. For now, we're going to put that in there just so we remember. Okay, that goes over there. We're done with that piece. There. Let's put Kitty back on there. Over here. Okay. Now, let's see. What can we do next? All right. So we still have purple. We still have these that we can punch shapes out of. Because that was an envelope, and that was the front of the envelope. This is the front of the envelope. And so that was on there, and I didn't really want to use it as an envelope. So I cut it out. What the hell? Waste not, want not, right? All right, so now you can use these for punches and stuff. Ah, wait a minute. Tim's got some creepy shit. See, that's kind of creepy. That's really creepy. You ever notice he puts really weird shit on the back of like really cool stuff? So you can't use the weird stuff because you'll lose the cool stuff. You ever notice that? Yeah, it's kind of a thing with him. Like that is just butt ugly. Actually, I think 90% of his stuff is butt ugly, but you know, that's just me. That's kind of creepy, but it does remind me of kind of that Victorian vintage wallpaper. And that's kind of the look we're going for with this one. I don't know. That's too light, I think. Too light. Eh. Okay. I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. It is. It's just terrible. Okay. All right. But it is cardstock and can be used for ephemera because it's not very heavy. You know what we need? We don't have. We need like some haunted New Orleans words like voodoo and gravestone and tombstone and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I have any Halloween words over here. So let me go ahead and bring this up. And maybe. Hold on, I might have found something. That would be amazing. First time. What do we got? We do. All right. So let's go up here. Let's go in here. We are going to go into new stuff, Gothic Spooky. And I'm going to create that. I mean, some of these are crap, but some of them are okay. So let me put a sheet of cardstock in. There we go. And we're going to print. I don't know how we keep doing this, but it's always page 11.
Also, 71316375765.
It's Schubert Herbert. Bam.
Please leave a message after the
Okay.
tone.
So not great. Color's kind of crap. But we do have some words. Not great words, not fantastic words, maybe not even the words we want to use, but some words. Let's see. I really don't like any of these. I mean, I liked them when I looked at them, but now I don't like them. They're not right. They didn't print true. All right, we're going to get rid of that. Let's see. Now, I have a lot of Halloween stuff. I just want Halloween words, man. Maybe I should look in the file that says words. I have one of those. Words. Nope, 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 nope. Maybe. Don't know. I don't know. I'll find some words to use because I don't really like any of these. I might print some on fabric and use those. This just didn't print color correct. Like on the computer, the color is much different. And I don't understand that because everything else printed pretty true to color. Okay. So we need to figure out, I'm going to get some shapes out for these because we're going to do these things. And let's just start with one. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm going to do, I don't have my envelopes. So let's go at 2 on this one. We'll make a nice size one. 2 inches. All right. So I'm going to find my center. There it is. On top. And 2 tops. Let's tack these down. That's 1 and 2. Down there. Okay. And then bring that down. 2/3. Like that. And then up to there. Like that. All right. Ink. There. And this is going to need a black paper clip. Let's find a black one. Small and black. And I just shot them all over the room. I did. Over there. Okay. I got a small black one. Yeah, I'm going to be finding them for days. I just shot like 15 of them on the floor. Okay. We're going to ink this. See if we like it. If we don't, we'll move on to something else. I think it's too big. Okay, we'll use that. We're going to use this. Okay, little paper clip. Our mat. And it needs some kind of nicer trim. I'm going to use a piece of this sisal. That's what that's called, by the way. Sisal. I love that word. Sisal. Okay. Get that in there. This. You come off of there. That. Use some 3-in-1. Sorry, I'm not on my live. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to put this on here. Like that. And then we're going to put this on there. After I get all the glue off of here, it's got boogers all over it. There we go. Put some glue on the back. I gotta clean the lid out. The lid's full of boogers. And then put that under there like a dot. And then the paper clip on there. All right, so we made a paper clip to go on here. And let's see. Trying to see if any of this goes with this. This needs ink. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be finding some words that we can use. That actually kind of works, but I like it as a journal card. Like, cover this back part up. And then make this into a journal card. I wonder what I have to do to cover that back part. That'll work. I kind of like it as a journal card. All right, so we'll be working on this stuff tonight. I'm going to get rid of this dauber head, though, and use a different one because these round ones, they're hard to control where you're putting your ink. So I'm going to get rid of it and get a flat one. I just grabbed that. Was the first one I grabbed. Here we go. Let me put a regular one on. get this on here straight. All right. So we'll be working on these tonight. I'm going to get some words and stuff, and then we'll, I don't have a lot of time to plan today because I got to do stuff for my grandson that I didn't know I had to do. Yeah, I got nominated, apparently. Nobody told me. He walked in, he hands me the thing. He goes, Mom said I should just give this to you. I'm like, okay. Not, hey, can you take me? Mom said you would take me. None of that. No, just drops it on my head. I need a wider strip for this, but that would be cute too. Okay, so I'm going to get more of this stuff fussy cut. I still have like pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just fussy cut, 7, 8, 9. I don't know what we're going to use this. We may cut it in half and just use half of it as a pocket because I don't like the Nevermore. But we do have all of these to cut out, so we're going to get those done. And I'm going to pull up some different words and all that stuff. But it's 11:30, and that means I got to get going here because I got to get my son to his thing, my grandson to his thing. Okay, so tonight, Craft With Me, we're going to be just working on making ephemera for the Dark Macabre journal. Tomorrow, I may or may not have mixed media. I have a date with my daughter at 1 o'clock, and it starts at 2. And we don't know how long it's going to go, so I may or may not be home exactly at 6. So look for the posting for mixed media tomorrow. This month's hashtags Projects of 25 challenge is playing card and or packing tape. Any kind of packing tape, any kind of playing card. Playing card, cut a card to 3.5 by 2.5. That's a U.S. standard size. And it's considered, a playing card. So basically an ATC with some kind of packing tape, okay? And then, of course, Sunday we'll have our game. And on Monday, we have a video. It's a quad pocket paper clip. And then we will be back next Wednesday to really get into this Dark Macabre. I'm going to get started building the base as well, probably over the next couple of days, okay? Ooh. I found one of those paper clips. Wait, I found another one. Hey, this could be my lucky day. I'm finding paper clips. There's probably 6 of them on the dog. Okay, so that's it, guys. Listen, if you're new here and I have not yet offended you, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell because I will offend you eventually. I mean, I just fussy cut all that stuff with these. What else? Don't forget, if you want some information on how to cyber stalk me, if you want to know where you can get some free digitals, you want to know what I'm doing, what videos are coming out, when I'm traveling, where I'm going, well, part of the country anyway. What else? Maybe you want to join my Facebook group, anything like that you want to do. You can get links for it in the description below. Just click on the more button, and then there's a whole bunch of links down there, my Etsy shop, everything. It's all down there. But that's it. Until I see you again, stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.